Hello, welcome. How are you? Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with that Enchantress the Babbler on our revolutionary rise of a high that is happening now at this time. Welcome. What brings you here? Is it the voices? Is it the voices? Okay, so welcome. Yeah, I'm on camera. What? Yeah, so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time, well, don't judge me. Okay. I am Enchantress, the Babbler, and you clicked on a channel that includes the word babbler. I am a divine vessel, right? I am a vessel for divine channeling. There we go. Right? So welcome. I am whimsically delicious. This is mana for your whole mind, body, heart, soul, whole bowl, right? It's about that feel good. You could sip it, taste it, eat it, drink it, however you want it to be, however you need it to be for you. I'm just so glad that you're here. Why am I this emotional? My Pisces moon. I'm blaming on my Pisces moon. Okay, no accountability. But anyway, I am so thankful for you being here. For those of you that are new and do not know, I am a lifetime transcendentalist. What does that mean? That means that I don't know motherfucking life without knowing spirit, the otherworldly side. I have been activated on this all-time high since since I came out the womb, right? Yeah, true story. And it's about becoming, right? And it's not just my story. No. It's not just mine. It's yours too, the becoming of you. And that's kind of like what we're gonna, I guess, talk about today, is the je ne sais quoi, right? That quality about you that's indescribable, felt. You know what I mean? But either way, for those of you new here and who do not know, I am a lifetime transcendentalist, as I was saying, Mercury post pre-shadow. I always get it confused. I don't know, pre-post. It's like my left and my right, but it's like my east and my west and my north and my south. You know what I mean? And like when you're outside, like I don't know what's east, west, north, south. I know what my east, west, north, south. Unless that's supposed to be it. Epiphanies, right? Oh, you must be having a lot of them too, right? Isn't it like that eureka moment? It's like, eureka! I have gotten smarter. Because that's what a eureka moment is. I'm just, yeah. I'm in slight pain today. And I took it easy in my yoga practice as well. Like, it's important to listen to our bodies. I'm gonna keep on Enchantress the Babbler. Okay, you can skip through if you want to wait for, like, you know, whatever comes through, because the human is speaking now. Don't rush me. Right? Don't rush me. Right? What were you saying? I thought I was in a little bit of pain. Yeah, like sometimes that happens, right? It's with young age, you know, that happens. But no, literally. So just be mindful of our bodies. And so I still went to, like, you know, my yoga practices. It's my devotion, it's my emotion, it's my focus, it's a lifestyle, right? It's a passion. It's something that just activates you in the whole heat system, like Kundalini rise. You want to get your Kundalini to rise? And go do some yoga sometimes. You know what I mean? Every day if you can. You know what I mean? And so, and it's important, even though I teach it, that I practice it too, because it's two different shoes. Like to teach it and to practice it. Two different elements of enjoyment and just what it is. I don't know what else to say. So I'm in a little bit of like pain, right? Okay. But I fixing myself. I'm sorry. My cat chases me because of my pants. They like all flary and stuff. But yeah. So anyways, you'll be looking cute too. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my gosh, right? It's okay to be cute, look cute, feel cute. You know, and know that you are. Right. So that's what we're gonna be talking about, this je ne sais quoi, right? But this improvement of our self-image and our right to feel fucking great. You have a right to feel great in all your je ne sais quoi. Right? In all your je ne sais quoi. You have the right to feel fabulous without being shut down, dimmed down, or knocked out because other people are not comfortable in your fabulousness. What happened there? Right? We got to handle that with care. And the fact that I'm even seeing it upside down is like, because we gotta turn that shit right side up, right? We're gonna be doing some Care Bears. That's what called me. They're not tarot oracles, they're regular playing cards, but oh, that's what I was saying, my introduction. Hold up. Before we begin, I am infectious development. I'm a lifetime transcendentalist. What that means is I have been doing this all my manifesting life. Everything is divination. Everything is an ability and a moment and an opportunity for you to connect, right? To connect with all that there is and everything that there is to. I don't know life without asking more questions about everything and anything that I encounter. Mad scientists, right? That'd be you too. That's why you found me. That's the only way. That's the only way I heard myself. But like I was saying, I was a little bit in pain. But yeah, so I have been reading cards too for since I was about 3, 4, 5 years old, because I play and I used to be fascinated with being a magician. And so I used to do a lot of card tricks and stuff like that. And wow, the adults, right? Like, oh, but pick a card, any card, put it here, anywhere you want it, right? Like one of those. Sorry, I was that kid. So and then intuitive, right? So many of you that might tap in, turn on, tune in with me, you might be an intuitive person, right? And what does that mean? To be intuitive is to be tapped in, turned on, tuned in to more than meets the eye, activated, right? To the more that you are, all that you are, the greatness that it be, because energy speaks and we are electromagnetic beings. I'm emotional. This is why I get off camera. I can cry behind scenes, but just be me. This shit hurts. But it's okay. So yeah, it's important to I know I go every which way. It's okay. You can keep up with me because you're a motherfucking genius. That's why. Right? We're finishing and filling in, and you're realizing that too in life, right? That you do finish. We are infinite. And you're realizing I do have time. My time is now. And so you're swimming. I can't do it all. I gotta be gentle with myself right now. Right? right? And we're swimming and we're realizing, I am the drip of the drop, of the drippity drop, of the drip, drip, drop, drop, of the motherfucking ocean, which means I am the sea. That's a powerful place to be. Yeah. And we're talking about the key here with the clover, right? I think of earth, right? Rebirth, the things that take time. And so things working, collaborating, right? Because if you see the Care Bears, right, there's three and they're supposed to be working. Because I'm showing it to you upside down because that's how it came up, which only tells me that there's been some complication. There's been some like nonsense that you've had to deal with in the earthly realm with getting people to work together in harmony, creating different things. Look at they're all different color fucking bears. When do we care enough to go beyond the moment and see it for what it is, which is greater than grand, greater than grand, greater than I am, although I am all. See, there's others you see, so that should tell me something. There's more than meets the eye. Right? And the fire and the passion that you bring, right? Think about that. The fire and the passion that you bring into the, look at diamonds, pentacles, right? Earth. What you bring into earth, I said this reminds me of earth, but it's the passion, it's the fuel, it's the igniting, right? And realizing that I cannot collaborate, I cannot fix or find a solution if I within I is not whole, is not I, right? And it's just like, okay, so you get into that me, myself, and I, because you have to get into that space. Before we were all about that chase, this race. And so now it's like isolate. It's not to punish, it's to reprogram, reset. It's to reject out that which don't belong. And sometimes you gotta see it from that isolated song, and it's just like, but it's not all lifelong. You just gotta chill. You gotta chill in that. And for some of you too, you might have strong Virgo in your chart, so you might be okay. It doesn't mean that Virgos are okay with being alone. Yes, of course they want company. Of course they want a connection. They crave it. We all do. Every fucking sign craves connection in their own individualized way. It's nothing. It's all like that. I'm not clean my nose because I get so emotional and passionate. My nose starts running. I gotta move slow. Excuse me. Happy back. Came back with some smoothie. I make smoothie all the time. And I share the recipes with my subscribers on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, the one and only too, right? But when I was over there serving, and I was because I was holding these in my hand, and I put this and I had it in my right hand as I was serving with my left hand, my smoothie. I saw the 7 of Hearts, and I'm like, well, and then I started thinking about the story I was telling you about how me when I was young and I used to do the magicianary stuff, right, card trick, and all that kind of thing. I realized early on when we're talking about intuition, what is intuition is that dial-up connection, right, that you have within yourself that is otherworldly, that goes beyond words being able to convey what it is that this intuition of yours has to say, and learning to, and depending upon where you are in your state of evolution and spirituality, and your connectivity with all that there is, right? The one that you must learn to navigate best first is yourself, before you go and try to communicate with other spirits and other things and entities and all this kind of other energies. Before you go and try to really be a fucking mathematician with all these other energies, which is part of the conditioning. We're so drawn to everybody else's behaviorisms that we're projecting on out so many things that many of us fail to really introvert, connect, that they become a shell of their own existence. So much looking out there that chase. And so no, you have to get into that place of that me, myself, and I, right? To be able to really know how to healthily, wealthily, stealthily be like a good person to work with. Maybe we'll be like, nah, they're the problem. Everybody's the problem. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to the higher thing. Everybody thinks that they're going to the I'm being the bigger person. Are you really? You know? Right? But so we gotta get into this me, myself, and I type of place, right? Because you're sleeping on love, right? Because that's what I was hearing over there when I was thinking about the story over there about when I was little, right? And I would intuitively, the cards would tell me other things, right? So I said it was the card, and they just spoke to me in other ways. So before ever doing tarot, I started tarot in the 6th grade, right? 10 years old, right? Because 10 years old, I was 10 years old. And my uncle bought me my first tarot deck because he was like, here, really learn to read the cards, like, because I was reading cartomancy, regular playing cards, and he was like, use this. But what he doesn't know is that this is age-old ancient shit too. Regular playing cards as freaking divination, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm 9-10 years old. This is not my argument. Me is like, tarot cards, amazing. So that's my story. So I've been reading him since 10 years old, 10 years old, but cartomancy since like 4 or 5 years old, right? So anyway, so I'm over there, and I hear, don't sleep on love, don't sleep on love, don't sleep on love, because everybody's so focused on ambition. Everybody's so focused on whatever they trying to get, right? But where's the love? Don't sleep on love, right? Because look at, you look sleepy, right? Like, don't sleep on love, because love is the only way. Love is going to lead our nation from being led astray. But you got to get into that position to be able to navigate, right? Love. I gotta be careful. That's why you hold myself. So love within the community, love within your own community, love within your own unity, so that you could be able to extend that shit. A lot of the times people are battling because love is not even within their own community. How can you give it out then out there if you're in fight, flight, defense mode, like attack mode, beast mode, savage mode internally? Make it make sense. I gotta okay, bear with me for a second. Ooh, that hurt me. See, we could get all self-conscious too. Like, I moved up close, I'm like, do that like that. The next time you want to complain, change the language. That should work. Sorry. But I can't turn it off. You know what I mean? So, bueno. So, yeah, right? So here we are. And that's part of it. Look at this king. We all could be king. King of kings, Lord of lords. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anybody else was in chorus? Anyway. I'm sorry. I'm listening because my dog made a sound and I'm seeing if she needs me. She was just, she needs me. Hold on. I am slowly. One second. And two, what just came to mind, right, in that kind of scenario is the deepening of your intuition, right? The deepening of your own intuition and your connection with your own intuition, right? Because you're realizing how expansive it really can be and how truly deep you can see and communicate with others in ways that are revolutionary to your own evolution. And it's like, wow, this is quantum. These massive leaps. I find myself jumping into more evolution that feels really good, even though the process might be grueling at times. Because when the revolution occurs and the evolution begins, all that other shit was motherfucking worth it. Because from that point A to that point B that created this sea of a trine, holy union, I am rising from the ashes, realizing the effect of my drip. That is a drop. That is deceit. And I think that's a real motherfucking powerful place to be. For you. May you continue to shine. Fuck those people who try to make you feel different. Not fuck them, but like, you know, fuck them. Don't fuck them. That's one. But hold on. I need to move. I need to move back and I need to move carefully. Like, yeah, I do. Like, it's like a muscle kind of like pull. Like, and no, it didn't happen in yoga, but I still went to yoga. But the one that I do on this day, right? I do it because every day I do yoga, but I do different kinds of yoga and stuff like that, or whatever. And I teach it too. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's just different, and you know, whatever the case may be. But me and my daughter love this day's yoga and the instructor. She's freaking great. So the method of it is Eldoa. It's called Eldoa. You can look into it if you want. It's a series of different kind of poses that help you like stretch and expand your own fascia, right? And the layers of deepening. So it's core. It's a core exercise that asks you to expand past your stretch. in controlled and slow movements. So it's not anything that is like, so everything is slow, and then there's poses for the method and stuff. She teaches it great anyways, and it feels good on my body. So it's like I feel like with all the other ones that I do that are really like strengthening core and all this other kind of stuff too, like even though hers is it challenges you as well, it's it does, because it stretches the fascia, and because I'm all about mind, body, heart, and soul, and body work is what I'm skilled at and doing, and energy work and stuff. And I'm a big, stretch advocate as well. And just know the body. I'm an intuitive body healer as well. And so yeah, so right, many of you, your hands are important to you in your art. I do art too. I draw, I doodle, I write, I automatic write. I'm an automatic writer. That's one of the early on experiences for me that was phenomenal as a child. I was so taken aback by my own personal automatic writing experiences that even as a small child, I explored what this could possibly mean. And the older I got and the more that I learned about it later, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because of all the different handwritings I have, the trans channeling that occurs. I would write things and then read it back and be like, who the fuck wrote this? Who wrote this? I'm writing about experiences and things and poetry and lands that I'm only 8, I'm only 7. So many of you too that are tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me. Your early on experiences are awakening and they're activating in you now the knowledge, like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I've been like this forever. Welcome. And don't let anybody convince you different just because it took you a while to pop open, to exist in a world that might have conditioned you to erase yourself. Welcome to the rapture. Welcome. So all these options that you have, right? Don't sleep on those either, right? Because expansive be the way, right? But some of you too might struggle with inner pain and turmoil still too. And I feel you on that. Yes, I do. What are you gonna do? Solution presents itself when you allow the space to open for yourself. When you get to one point of a position of a passage, and maybe you don't like it, right? Maybe like, I don't want to be here. I don't like this here, right? Ask, knock, right? Knock, and the door shall open. Ask, and ye shall receive. Now, when? That's going to be entirely up to how much you have surrendered, child. How much you have surrendered to your own evolution of stubbornness, right? Stubbornness. And I feel like with this new moon too energy activation, it's really, and with all the conjunctions and the whatever freaking planets that are all coming together and doing their hoopla, right? Kind of stuff. It's really highlighting for ourselves where we are stubborn. Okay, don't tell me. Stubborn is a wave, and we all have our surfboards on that shit, and we're like, whoa, oh, like, oh, I'm a surfer. I didn't know. We surfers. We surfers, like surfers. Seriously, right? And so now you know that. And if you didn't know that, well, now you do. You know what I'm saying? And so you've been writing that shit, kings, all these kings, right? So that's powerful. I feel like the energies that are tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, we powerful. You powerful. You in your kinghood, queenhood. It doesn't matter gender. Okay? Doesn't matter gender. Right? And so here we are. You got these things coming in and collaborations too. And I'm liking this, that this is coming out here too. So out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? Solution comes into existence. Right, because of the je ne sais quoi. Hold on. Hi. Okay. I forgot. I'll move a little bit more mindfully. Hello. So, 3 words came to mind when I hit pause and stuff like that. It was stubbornness, determination, and power, right? And these 3 heavyweights that exist inside of all of us, right? Are themes right now that we should re-examine, re-energize, relook, revisit, reprogram, reintroduce yourself, right? Reevaluate. Because here lies our quarrels, which will then extend, project on out to external ones that are only there to teach us what we missed within ourselves. Right? So if you don't take care of it inside of you, you're going to have issues with it outside of you. And we can get mad at the people that bring the problem to us, but we drew in that experience for our own humility, our own learning, our own evolution, period. You know what I mean? And so, and that's what you deserve. Look at, I put this down and it was the 10 of diamonds, right? So it's having your plate, having your sweets, having the sunshine, your prosperity, right? A smile on your face, right? So the infusion of that with all that is evolutionary within you now that you're learning, right? So is this je ne sais quoi. Actually, I want to look up its meaning so I can je ne sais quoi. Hey, a quality that cannot be described or named easily, that je ne sais quoi that makes a professional, right? So hold on. So just don't mind me. I have to move very slowly. Like that's part of like what I teach people too. Like when you have strains or body aches and pain, you have to be mindful about every single movement that you make. And because I'm a person that doesn't sit still, I still want to move around. Granted, So like this too, like a jacuzzi setting. Like I was even planning to do that, but I just have other things to do and I wanted to record. And instead, so this could have been my jacuzzi time, guys. Okay. Yeah, true story, right? But so it could still be my jacuzzi, but no, I'm already like showered and dressed and all that, and I don't want to do that shit again right now because I have somewhere to be soon enough. And when that time comes, I just don't want to do all of this again. Like, okay. So right, so she was free in her wildness. Sorry, she was a wanderess, a drop of free water. She belonged to no man and to no city. I love that quote, right? So if you're a he, because I know I got my nails over here. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here too. I love you. But remember that I'm not going to cater to anybody's individualism. I'm going to cater to my own individualism when it comes to the speech that I speak. I'm going to think about it for me and my individualism. How you want to be received or looked at. This is a YouTube channel, so I'm not even seeing you, right? But I'm feeling you, but it's a different kind of thing. But I'm just saying, right, that I'm not here to speak in the ridiculousness of how everybody wants to be perceived, right? Like, I'm gonna speak individualized for myself, and you here take what resonates for you, and you here take what meaning, whatever meaning it is for you, and then self-interpret. And he, she, or whatever you want it to be, right? I'm gonna say whatever the hell you want it to be, but that was me correcting myself because I didn't want to be insensitive. I'm just being my politically correct. And if people are offended by that, I don't know what the fuck to tell you except to please get help. Okay? Because I'm just speaking for myself to a collective all that you can now take my he, she, me, I, and do it for yourself, because I'm not here to do it for you. That's why a lot of my platforms are DIY. I help you to DIY, strategize your own evolution of resolution of solution for yourself that is unique upon to you and stuff like that too. So what I was saying too is like I teach people how to move, especially with ailments or chronic pain. Right. So when you're dealing with chronic pain, it could be very painful, but now if you could be extra mindful, which requires a lot of mindfulness from you because it could be exhausting. But what's worse, being exhausting to learn to infuse the lifestyle of mindfulness to your habits and the way that you move, or to live in chronic pain? Which one is it? Exactly. Right. So you have to put in those extra steps. Like I could be wild right now with my movement and hurt myself more. Why would I do that? No. So I'm gonna move, and as ridiculous as it might look to somebody else, be like, oh, what's she doing? Oh, why is she moving like that? I'm moving to preserve my body for me, myself, and I, because I'm the one that gotta use it. I'm the one that gotta wake up to it. I'm the one that gotta fucking every day. So like I deal with a lot of people that have like fibromyalgia too and stuff like that, and we're working with me. That shit, they learn better to. It's not so painful, and many of them have gotten even back into their crafts. That's a great place to be, because sometimes when you have that pain in your body, pain makes us not want to do stuff. It's painful. Even just imagine for all of us, this is where we can get the resonance of maybe you don't have those body aches and pains and stuff like that. Like for the most part, I'm really okay, but sometimes shit happens, and that's just it. And things happen, and we got to be mindful. We got to preserve our bodies, and that's where I come in, help you preserve yourself. Okay. But yeah, so you got to be mindful of the movies. But what was I saying before that? No, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, so you got this Sais Quoi. I've messed this all up, right? Because you got this love, this over, right? This is the Ace of Hearts, right? The Ace of Hearts, this overflow, it's cup of love it that you're soaring out with, like you're floating on, right? That you're learning to have for yourself, that is rewarding in every kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go back. Okay? Yeah, be this way, that way, this way, but you get me. And if you don't, I'm sorry. I'm not for everybody. I don't know what else to say. Right? So she was free in her wildness, and you are free in your choice, right? To choose for yourself that which will be for you. This is all alchemical too. So the energy here, healing and stuff like that, is received, it's sent, it's received, it's created. It is an alchemy, it is a vibration, it's an energy, it's a frequency that exists within this shrine, that is part of my electromagnetic hive, that is shared with all of you at this time. And whether you want it or not, this is why we say that be mindful of the energies that we keep, because their influence, whether it's subconscious, unconscious, or known to you or not, doesn't mean that just because it's unknown to you doesn't mean that their energies and their fields don't affect you. And so I'm very conscious, I'm very mindful about the field that I keep and that I make, and that because I want for myself too. And so I'm very mindful of that energy that I keep in this bubble, and you should be thankful of how clear this shit is. Because there's a lot of fucked up people in this world that pretend to be this way, and meanwhile their energy inside is so fucked up. It's so diabolical. Is that a word? I don't know, but it's just so like it's like they just want it for themselves. They're ego driven or whatever the case may be, and it's just clogging the pores of everybody, right? And they don't even know, because they're saying other things. They're saying other things that sound good, but yo, the energy, frequency, vibration is off. I have wondered why. I have felt called to go and see some people's channels, and I start off at the human blinded. This is like spirit not telling me, right? So that I can see, so that I can learn. This is the practice of intuition and finer tuning your intuition. Sometimes you're led in places that are not about your resonance with them. It's so you can see the falseness of their narrative, so that you can even get more solidified in your authenticity about how, wow. So what I take pride in my electromagnetic field of alchemy and energy, that I can share it with other fucking people, that it's okay to share. That's handled with fucking care. And for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, you should be proud of that for yourself too, because you know how fucked up people are, and you know how fake people can fucking be, and you know all that shit that they could fucking talk and not be about that life. Real shit. And fuck up other people's energies, subconsciously, unconsciously influencing their energies, because they're so blinded by the fucking glamour of it all, or just some other shit. Seriously. Seriously, miserable misery. But here we got this 3, right? This 3, and this star. Look at giving up your wish and believing in it too, right? It's like, so you know how the 3 of Wands is like waiting for your ships to come in, your ships still your ships to come in, like, and this is like you putting in that wish, like, I believe I could fly. I could believe I could touch the sky. I think about you every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away. And I believe I could soar and see me open through the moon. I don't know the words. I believe I could fly. I could fly. I believe I could fly. I could fly. I believe I could fly. I could fly. Oh my gosh, what did the yoga teacher tell me today? She's like, you feeling goofy? And And it was, even though now that I think about it, maybe I am feeling goofy, but that's what she asked me today. But it was because my daughter pinched me. When we're supposed to be like relaxed, like I get pinched, so I giggled. It's just like, you feeling goofy today? Maybe I am. She goofy too, so it's funny. That class we laugh a lot. We laugh a lot in that class. I tell you, I laugh in all my yoga classes. No matter how serious it can be. And I guess that's me working with children, right? I've been working with children, teaching yoga for children for the last, even though with this company for 5 years, I was teaching yoga to kids when I was in school. And so, and that was like 2 years, right? So 7 years of teaching children's yoga, right? 5 years consistent, right? 5 change, right? So, but yeah, so I guess, teaching kids yoga. Sorry, the cards got all messed up because I'm like talking shit, flipping it this way, and that just drives my little OCD crazy. Right, and I guess because I teach children's yoga, I guess I'm silly. And you got to be silly for children's yoga. Like, you have to have some leveling of silly gene in you. I remember there was this one girl, this was a couple of years back, I was training, right? And she was like, so she had her own self-identity issues. I'm not going to talk about her like that or anything like this, but I understand it now even more so because it makes sense, because then she ended up coming out later, and so I understand the rigid, and she was also a Capricorn, right? I understand the rigidness to her inability to loosen up and just be like goofy or silly, because she would tell me, she's like, in like the lesson plans, because we have our lesson plans, right? It's part of the Children's School of Yoga program. You're just putting your spin on these lesson plans and things like that, or whatever the case may be. And she's like, this is ridiculous. And she's like, this is ridiculous. She's like what the fuck? Like, that was her attitude. And so obviously, clearly, she didn't last at all. Like, not at all. Like, she quit, even like she burned the bridge. Like, she didn't do it cool, nice, or like she did it abruptly. And she left the program and stuff like that. And so I'm coming from this, and I see it with, because even though I teach, kids, sometimes there's teachers there and stuff, and there's sometimes teachers that participate, there's sometimes teachers that don't participate, there's sometimes teachers that are just on their phone, there are sometimes some teachers, and so I get to see so many different types of adults, right, surrounded by this yoga kids program. And even when I like teach at new schools and stuff like that, like, they don't know what to expect and stuff like that. And I come in high energy, right? Like high vibe energy. And so there's a lot of like chants and things like that with the kids and stuff like that. And so even with some of the older kids, like let's say 4 or 5 years old, or 6 or 7 or something, and it sounds babyish at first, or there's like a twist to it and stuff like that, that you'll see a smirk on their face. Like, they'll look at each other like, are we going to participate, or like whatever the case may be. But you got me as a teacher, everybody participates, even the difficult ones. And so so it's just interesting, the observation of being able to witness this, right, and stuff like that. And how rigid and not loose people are. Like, it's in the mind. So sometimes, like with the teachers, I'm like, come, I'm like, just do it. I'm like, just participate. They're like, oh, I always forget to wear pants on this day. Like, they'll conveniently have a skirt on or something like that. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, when I come again, right, like next week or whatever the case may be, wear pants. And you'll have fun, like, and just loosen up, like, whatever. And try to make it, engaging for everybody, because it's interesting, how rigid we can be. And so, I don't know who needs to hear, and I didn't mean to go off in a tangent about that, but yeah, so just right. But those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in here, you have this certain like je ne sais quoi, this quality to you, right? And this is part of your self-image. It's an imprint. It's your imprint that you're starting to discover its blueprint, right? It's your imprint that you're starting to discover your blueprint, and you're doing that by accentuating your strengths, right? You're doing that by focusing on what you have going on for you that works, right? And adjusting and doing the work and actually doing the work, right? So yeah, so you're accentuating your strengths, right? You're doing it naturally, authentically, right? You're putting passion behind everything that you do. And if you're not, this is the cue, this is your clue, like get a clue, like, accentuate your strengths, focus on that. Don't talk about the things that don't make you happy. Don't, like, until you learn. It's not to not deal with it, it's until you learn how to deal with it. And right now, if you're in a state of emotional like upset, you're not in a state of mental clarity to deal with that emotional upset. So what would be wisest for you to do is to detach yourself from what is emotionally upsetting to you and do that which you must, because that, that's a responsibility, that's an accountability. It's like you could be devastated in your heart and stuff like that, or whatever the case. Let's say somebody broke up with you or something like that, and you're a mess, but on Monday you got to go to work. On Monday you got to get up and you got to go to work. No ifs, ands, or buts. Be an emotional wreck and mess at home. You get what I'm saying? You still got to show up. You still got to do what you got to just on off, right? And a bumblebee. Oh, shit. Right? So it's about, like, being accountable and holding yourself accountable to the things that you have to hold yourself accountable to, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you're bringing all these things into everything that you're doing, and that's smart. That's smart. And you're starting to see, I'm sorry, you're starting to see your own self-image. You're starting to see your own self-image. You're starting to see yourself for who you really are and everything you can be. And you're starting to really love yourself. You're starting to know yourself. And it's not that you didn't know yourself before, but it's that you didn't know yourself before. You didn't see yourself before. You knew yourself, but you didn't see. And so you're starting to see. And because you've been doing the healing, anything that you're not proud of from once upon a time before, it's not that you're closing that door. That makes you a lot of who you are right now, even more. But other people might not want to let go of that chain. They might want to drag you down anyway, right? And it's just like, I got my magic wand, bitch. Can't touch this. Do. If I could move more, I would. But that's my version of MC Hammer. You can't touch this. Do. We're not even in the same zip code. Right? Area code, zip code, continent, energy, electromagnetic energy, frequency, vibration. Can't touch this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Okay, stop. Oh my gosh. So you're starting to see your self-image, and I love that. 9 of diamonds. 9 of diamonds. Do you see the little Care Bears? Pouring, look at it, pouring the sprinkles, pouring the stars, pouring the hearts. You are sparkled by far. Also, your gifts are starting to sparkle, you see. And so you're starting to heighten your own energy with your tapped in, turned on, tuned in abilities. And so your intuition is growing and your sparkles are showing. And you're sprinkling yourself every which way. And you're finally getting out of your own beautiful way. And other people are always going to have something to say. I'm sorry, I'm not even showing it to you. I was looking at it. Right? And other people are going to have something to say. Who the fuck are they anyway? Right? And it's just like, I'm just looking. I'm that sunflower of sunshine. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, and doesn't it feel good? Doom, 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 doom. I'm the motherfucking sunflower. And I'm licking my eyes. See? That's good. So good. Right, Joker? Chicka, hold up. Did you miss me? You didn't even know. But either way, je ne sais quoi. Let's wrap this up, right? So you got this je ne sais quoi, right? And I'm sure you've heard it before, right? What is je ne sais quoi, right? But think about it before. I already gave the meaning and stuff like that, right? But think about it. Like, what does it evoke for you, right? It's like it's because it's French, right? It's like je ne sais quoi. I could be saying it wrong, but that's the way I say it. Je ne sais quoi, right? But it's about this essence, right? And it's feminine essence, right? Whether you're masculine or whether you're a female or a male, right? It's this feminine essence, right? Because it's yin, it's a feeling, it's a yin, right? But it's a yin showing itself on the yang side because you're seeing it on the outside, but it's something from the inside, right? That you just can't quite pin. Almost, right? That you just can't quite pin, right? There's people watching too, right? I just saw a little flock of pigeons. And when I think of pigeons, I think about a lot of other stuff, right? But anyways, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna be distracted by the audience, right? You have an audience that of spectators, right? That have a lot of opinion about you and what you do, how you do, and you rub them a certain type of way. Lick them. That's what I have to say. Lick them. Lick them. Right? Obviously, they didn't do happy baby pose. You know what I'm saying? But either way, right? So it's this yin kind of feeling, right? Je ne sais quoi. You have this je ne sais quoi, this ability to make something feel like you're transcending, right? Transcending description. You transcend description. You mystify. You engage your energy with others without trying. They become drawn and fascinated by your song, your siren's call. They just can't get enough. You illuminate and you elevate. And no matter what you do, you create this sensationalism, this energy that causes eruption in other people's lives. And for some, it might be disruption, but you still magnify, intensify, because you are the energy to unify. And so towers must fall sometimes. And so now you're starting to know this about yourself, that you are the walking moldlight, the crystal, the activation. And misguided perceptions about how that makes people feel, especially those that are not wanting to surrender nor acknowledge. They just went tick, 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 tick. And so now you're starting to see your own mysteries coming to light. You are the sunflower, licking your icy. Lick those ices, right? They're icy, they're cold sticks, right? They just need to be licked. You can view it like that. Those energies, they're cold sticks that need to be licked. And lick them. Lick them until they surrender. Make them take a bath first. So some of them need to take a bath first. A shower. Okay? Okay. Right? So either way, je ne sais quoi. That's you. Right? You have this emotional embodiment. That it's internal well-being. Mystifying the crowd. And it's just like, ooh, she got that je ne sais quoi. Ooh, he got that je ne sais quoi. Ooh, they got that je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. You got that special something, huh? A little Mae West fever in there. She got that je ne sais quoi. That little something. I love that. I love that about you. And you floating away too. It's a hard style, right? Je ne sais quoi. It's like, okay. Okay. But je ne sais quoi. Many envy. Desperately desiring to be that je ne sais quoi too. And here you come. Without even trying. Je ne sais quoi. Curly refined. And they're like, but they can't stop watching. Je ne sais quoi. Nine of Hearts. And here you have the love. You're not going to overly extend yourself to people please, these type of energies that you want to pull in, you know what I mean? So that they can evolve and we can all work together and be happily ever after, because that is the quantum goal of us all. People want to divide, separate, and conquer. Like, what the fuck? That shit needs to die. That needs to die this time. Okay? It's love that rules. And until you see that too, that's a lot for you too. And so for those of you that are there that know that you need to handle this shit with care, because people are still competitive and want to divide, separate, and conquer, because they got this strip that they need to fall off of. It's inevitable. In due time. In due time. But until the meantime, you got ideas. You got creativity. You got that je ne sais quoi. You got that style. You got that energy, frequency, vibration that you are to keep percolating. right? And so you're going to keep your genetic qua because you are finally hip and in tune with all that it brings to you and provide. And now you're going to just keep treating it without the divide, right? Because now it's time for you to soar, to fly, to receive, to celebrate, to everything. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna start wrapping this up. But yeah, so you're getting it, and you're showing up for yourself in every kind of way, and you're getting to really know the specialness of your soul and how beautiful that is to feel free to glow, right? So continue to sow that, continue to feel good about that, continue to look your best, feel your best, dress your best, experiment with styles, do your hair, comb your hair, take a shower, clean up, like no matter how you're feeling, let your actions be revealing what you're breeding for yourself, right? So eat well, exercise, move your body, stretch, get creative, stop trying so hard too, just find your rhythm, find your beat, right? Live passionately. Yeah, live passionately. Live passionately. And I know it can be challenging because we're seeing it with the 5, but here you are. You are the sunshine in this life. You're the sunshine in this life, right? So decorate yourself with love, right? Decorate yourself with love. Be glamorous. Be glamour. GLAMOROUS. You got it. GLAMOROUS. We're living first class. And then look at green, 8 of diamonds too. Everything that you're working on too, bringing that star wish to you, it's here. Your wish is here and it wants to collaborate with you, my dear. Your wish is here and it wishes to collaborate with you, my dear. Your wish is here and it wishes to collaborate with you, my dear. So be glamorous, right? Be glamorous, be creative, be self-express. So I've been really like getting back into my writing. And I started to like write more again, right? And so with that self-expression comes its own expansion again, right? So I'm just saying, with your self-expression, it doesn't mean, oh my God, talk to everybody and their mother, right? No, but your self-expression, the artist in you, the creative in you, right? I don't just write, but I script. I don't just script, I sing. I don't just sing, I dance. I don't just dance, I heal. I don't just heal, I teach. I don't just teach, I mend. I don't just mend the bend. We can go into the rhyming field of it, but that's the multidimensionality to you. You're not just one thing. There's so many avenues, there's so many passages, there's so many ways for you to go deep into your soul, whole mind, body, heart, and soul. And there's so many expressions waiting for you to express, right? And so, yeah, look at, because the wishes that you wish from your heart, right? 2 of diamonds here, heart, right? They're here, they're coming true. There could be a gift here for you. Somebody here could be born 1982, could be 28 years old, you could be 58 years old, could have been born 1985. You could be 85 years old too, 82 years old too. Like, you could be 22 years old, you could be 28 years old, you could be 25 years old, don't have to be, right? You could be life path number 8, life path number 5, life path number 2. You like path number 1, right? But here you are. Well, watch all my videos. Watch all my videos. The other video where I was talking about everybody addresses you like your majesty. And if they're not addressing you like your majesty, well, what the fuck you talking to them for? If they're not knowing your sovereignty, The same way you honor other souls, and this is not about ego. See, somebody be like, oh my God, look at her. I gotta address you as majesty. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because I'm addressing your soul like you're majestic too. So if you're not treating me the same, fuck you. You feel me? Right? It's not that, oh, my ego's tripping right now. Is I'm addressing every soul that I encounter like the beautiful soul that they are, majestic by far, the highest. I'm addressing and acknowledging the highest of themselves in every part of them. When I'm standing here in your face, you are a beautiful, majestic being with so much potential. And you want to look at me sideways, you want to cockeye me, you want to judge me, you want to do all that. Fuck you. And that's where a lot of us are. It's not that, oh no, I want you just to only look at me this way. No, I'm looking at everything this way. I'm seeing you as your best possible self. So you better show up here as your best fucking self. If not, you can stand the fuck over there away from me. That's the difference. Now, oh my God, I'm your majesty. Bow down to me. Kiss my fucking feet. No, I'm not talking about that. Unless you're into those kind of kings and all that kind of stuff, to each their own. I'm not talking about that. That's something else. What I'm talking about is the same level of soul respect that everybody fucking deserves. That's what you start off with. That's what I start off with. You determine the rest. And even I start off that and you'll be on some other shit, I just dismiss you. You're dismissed. Right? That's it. That's how you handle those kind of people. You're dismissed. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. Bye. Yeah. Because it's all cupcakes loving, right? We're having sleepovers over here, right? We're enjoying, we're celebrating, we're queens up in here, right? Queens and kings. Up in here, self-love here, up in here. It's about the unification of that you here, and we're taking off, we're taking flight, right? And that's just it. And that's how it's gonna be, right? Some of you could be 23, 22, 21. You could have been born in 1985, I said, 1983, 1981, 1980. Be 31, 30, 35, I said, 32, 38, right? Yeah. Life path 3, life path 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, life path 8, 1988. Don't have to be. Right? Anyway, be 51, 52, 53, be 26, 25, 28. Yeah. Right? Anyways, so you're a piece of art. Did you not know that? You are a piece of art. So it's time for you to decorate yourself more. Time to decorate yourself wherever you are. Be all that you can be. So who do you want to be? Please don't be somebody else. Who are you in this world? Represent that. Je ne sais quoi. To impress others and do more. Even when you've been down and out. And that's part of your je ne sais quoi, your chart. That you've been down and out and you're still rising above the ashes, wanting others to rise too and not stay down and out, knowing that collectively, really, for the greater good of the all, we all must get along. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, next time. Bye.